Are y'all ready to talk about this mess? The leather jacket while we cook, the 28-year-old that can't boil pasta, the sperm baby kids, the creepiness that was Leo with his jagged hairline, Tim and his sisters, who he hasn't mentioned. Tim hasn't mentioned them sisters, not a picture of his sisters in his place. I thought he would have, life-size mannequins of them up in there. We had a couple of things to talk about. We have a few. Make sure you guys are thumbsing up the video. Keep it cute in the chat if you know what happened. If you know who is still together, don't. Don't ruin it for yourself or for others. We're going to have a nice, pleasant time in the chat today. Hey, everybody. What's up, y'all? Okay, hold on. Oh, y'all got the chat moving too fast. Okay. What's up, everybody? It's Saturday. Why y'all sitting at home on the computer? Y'all are supposed to be out having big fun. It's Saturday night. Hey, Roxy. Hold on, let me move this. Maggie. Morgan. We have Rose. We have GT. Why y'all laughing at me? What I do? What what did I do already? Kenya K. I'm just here to drag Marissa's mama. We'll talk about her because, no, ma'am, inappropriate, beyond inappropriate, and just rude for no reason. So rude and so nasty. Hey, Chan. Miss K. Hey, Brittany. His hairline is jagged, but we're not doing that. We're not here to hairline shame, okay? It's not okay. Tim is looking for a spiritual replacement. Hey, SB. The audio is too low. Are you sure it's not your thing before I turn it up and people say it's too loud? Okay, hold on. Is that better? Life-size mannequins, like a wax figure. Both of them. Sister A and Sister B. What are their names? Have we heard their names yet? No? Okay. Hey, Ren, what's up? No, that was my very dramatic entrance. Y'all know I don't have like theme music and stuff like that, so that was my dramatic entrance. Jade. Oh, thank you, Jade. Greetings from Nola. Hey. Double T. Hola. Hello. Are you supposed to be on the phone at work? don't get in trouble. It's not my fault. Hey, Plants for Life. Desma. Iris. Oh, you were waiting on me. I am a grandma. So that's why you in the house? Grandmas can go out and, get it in. Mama got to have a life too. Don't let that do it to you. Hey, Leah. Drinking wine and watching college games. I don't like college football. I love football. I just don't like college football. It's boring to me for some reason. I should be watching the WNBA right now, but my people not playing anymore, so I don't care. Hey, Joy. My husband talking about let's go out in DC. No, go out and find these people. No, Amanda, you need to be out. You need to be out looking for the people. Go get some dirt. Go get some info. You're not doing what you're supposed to tonight. Hey, Tiani. Janice. Reese. AW. Am I and the girls going to do a final recap of the season? I don't know. You got to go ask them. Roxy's in the chat, so you can harass her. I don't know. We haven't talked about it yet. We'll see. Tina. Celeste. I sound fine? Okay. Okay, I think I'm too far behind. Dramatic entrance works. All right, y'all. It's been 5 minutes. So we're going to go couple by couple so we can talk a little bit about episodes 1 through 9. Before we get started, who is your favorite couple? Who's your favorite couple? I don't know if we have any more good couples, but who's your favorite couple? Drop it in the chat. I want to take a poll. Hey, Cheryl. You been waiting on me, Antoine? I was coming. You knew I was coming. I just had to, gather myself. It was a lot. These first 6 episodes were very, they were dry. They were moving a little slow. But then I feel like they made up for it with 7, 8, and 9. But it was almost too much drama. Garrett and Taylor is your favorite? Okay. Oh, y'all are all saying Garrett and Taylor. Oh, Patty says she don't have one. I know that's right. Gaylor and Taylor. Y'all are not going to let me live that down. I should have edited that out, but y'all know I don't edit. Favorite couple is Garrett and Taylor. Not one of my finer moments, but there are no good couples. No, there aren't. There really aren't. There are no good couples. Love from Milwaukee for the weekend. Oh, you up here? Why you up here? What you doing up here? Where'd you go today? Dumpster was accurate. It's like having to pick which paper cut I like the best. Damn. Oh my God. Okay. Who is the worst couple? Who is the worst couple? My favorite couple, I honestly don't have one, but let's see who the worst couple is. I think the worst couple is Steven and Monica. I think it's Steven and Monica. If I had to pick Garrett and Taylor, but okay. Hey Newton. Nick and Hannah is the worst. Delulu, y'all don't like Delulu? Delulu was cooking in a leather jacket, y'all. That sent me. I ain't never seen nobody cook in a leather jacket. That is crazy. It's Tyler's birthday weekend. Yeah, he's a Libra. He just totally embarrassed me. My God. As of now, it's Marissa and Tutres are the worst that are still together. Oh, I guess Steven and Monica don't count because they're not together anymore. Okay. Okay, you can't stand Ramsey after the birth control comment. Marissa's voice changed when they were talking about children. Yeah. Sometimes you got to let that inner bass come out a little bit. Steven and Monica are terrible. Alex is okay. Tyler is terrible. I think Alex is nervous, to be honest. I think she's nervous. Hannah, my least favorite, I think. I know they didn't make it, but Leo and Brittany, that reveal. Yeah, we're going to talk about them. I got them queued up to talk about. Worst couple, Steven and Monica. Worst person on the show is Delulu. What was up with Delulu's dress at her in-laws? That's just how she dressed. I think that's her swag. So, I mean, if that's how she want to look, that's how she can look. That's on her. The shoulder pads and that blazer didn't stand a chance. I don't think I've seen a leather blazer in years. I didn't understand. I didn't understand why she had that on. Oh, there is no Libra slander allowed in here, Kayla. For you to be a Gemini, okay. Ramsey is a weirdo. Worse than Stephen and Monica, the one I can't stand to watch and listen to. Oh, you fast forward through T and Tamara. Okay. Hannah was trying to get her district attorney. Y'all think it was like part of, y'all think she put it on for, okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. But it was a lot. All right, y'all. So make sure you guys thumbs up the video before I forget to say that, because I always do. Let's start with Garrett and Taylor. Okay. One, I don't like Taylor. I don't think that it's not a secret by now. I don't like Taylor. Something about Taylor is very negative. I didn't like how Taylor moved in the pods. I didn't like that Taylor was very calculated in the pods. I don't know. How do y'all feel about Garrett and Taylor? So we know their journey, the biggest obstacle that they are facing right now, just rude. Absolutely rude. The biggest obstacle that Garrett and Taylor are facing right now is this move. Now, personally, I don't think it's right for you to live in DC, come onto a show with other DCN, is that what y'all call yourselves, DCNs? With other DCN people, and then say, oh, I want to move to San Diego. Now, we know that they discussed it in the pods, so kudos for that. But I still think it's wrong for you to expect this man to uproot his life. And then even when he was talking about how he wants his parents to like have that grandparent experience with his kids, you were like, oh, well, they'll have that because my dad is going to, love them up and then send them back to us. I don't like Taylor. I can't do it with her. Something about her is very, yes, something is off about Taylor. I don't know what it is. I can't quite explain it, but something about her just doesn't gel with me. I feel like she's asking Garrett. She is. She's asking Garrett to blow up his life. I don't think that's right to do. I think one of the requirements actually for Love is Blind is you come onto this show in this city, are you going to live here for at least the next 2 years? Like, where do you see yourself? Now, if you get a job and your job sends you somewhere, yes, we can't control that. We can't change that. But I think it's crazy for you to say, I'm going to go on the show, and even though I don't plan on living there forever, I'm going to meet somebody that is from there. I think Fredericksburg is Virginia maybe. I'm going to meet this man who his whole family is here. He has lived in this city, in this country, the entire time. He has seemingly a good job. I think most people in DC have good jobs. And I'm going to tell him, hey, I want to move, not to New York, not to Georgia, hell, not even to Kentucky, smooth across the damn country. That is crazy. That's crazy. I don't like that. I don't like it. Then when he was like kind of having concessions, she caught herself getting an attitude about it, talking about, oh, well, you said, we talked about, yeah, he said it. I get it. He said it. Y'all discussed it. But that's a really big deal. And I had somebody in my comments that said moving is not a big deal. I said, oh, yes, it is. Hell, moving within your city is a big deal. It's tiring. Moving to a different state is a big deal. Moving across the country, come on. Come on now. I like them, but didn't before. Something is off. Right, like we can't pinpoint what the issue is. I can't pinpoint it, at least. Washingtonians? That don't sound right. Is that what y'all call yourselves for real? I thought those were what the people that in like Washington State call themselves. I don't think Garrett will move. He's being a yes man. He is kind of being a yes man, just a little bit. Okay, here we go. G and T are bomb. They are both I can talk. Physicists, which may come across as dry or calculating. Okay. Is she a physicist? Is that what she does? Not going at all. I mean the fact that he said that his family, they're having conversations about her but not about her specifically. If I was Taylor, them antennas should have went up then. The antenna should have went up then. I give credit to Garrett for having a mind of his own and not letting his parents dictate his life as a grown adult. Y'all really call yourselves that? Why? That's okay. If that's what y'all want to call yourselves, that don't make sense to me. Ain't nobody moving across the country for a week's old relationship. I'm lying if Method Man. I can see it for Method Man. It's a couple people. Method Man, Morris Chestnut, Lance Groves. Just a few people on the sticky that we would move for. Why did Taylor come on this show in this city if she had plans to move? I think that's a bigger question. And I wonder if Garrett had that conversation with her. If you know that you want to move to San Diego, you want to raise your family there, perfectly fine. Nothing against that. But you didn't even try to go out there and find a man. I don't understand Taylor. Plus, I think she's negative. Anytime he says something, she's very negative about it. We don't see her compliment him. We don't see her say how excited and happy she is. She judges him because he likes to fish as if that is a bad hobby. She acting like he's out there wrestling gators or something. He's fishing. He likes fish. A fisherman is a good, honest hobby. It doesn't bother anybody. I don't understand. I don't like her. Have I seen the glow up pictures of? Is it a glow up though? Is it? Is all that hair considered a glow up? That's a little subjective. It's only 6 hours. Only 6 hours. Do you hear how that sounds? It is only 6 hours to fly. Oh my gosh. That doesn't include the time that you're packing. That doesn't include the time that you're in the airport. That doesn't include the time in TSA. That doesn't include the time that you might have to taxi. That doesn't include the turbulence. That doesn't include a layover. That doesn't include baggage check. That doesn't include getting a ride to and from the airport. That doesn't include, I feel like 6 hours is not on something that you can say only with in regards to flying. But I don't like to fly, so that could be a me thing. His parents were not supportive, and I understand why, because she wants him to move away. I don't think his parents are not. His parents are supportive, Lauren. Moving is one of the most stressful. It is. It honestly and truly is. They should have saved her little application. Right. I'm sure we're going to get a Love is Blind San Diego probably in like March at the way they're going, because they're messy. I'm not happy that Garrett is being asked to leave his job, parents, and friends. She's selfish. We moved to be close to our grandkids. Yeah, her family is in San Diego. So I don't know why she's in DC. I don't know how that happened, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like her. She's a policy analyst, I think. I feel like some of their job titles have been switching episode to episode, so I don't know what anybody's job is, to be real. Garrett's mom seems helicopter. Does she? The way she was crying over her boy growing up in Marion. No, 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 no. No, Rose. This is different than, okay, my brother got married 5 years ago. My mom cried like a baby, right? Because her son, her child, is growing up, getting married, starting his own life. We knew my brother's wife for years. We had met her, we had interacted with her, we had met her family, we had spent time where they live, they have spent time here. That is completely different than your son being like, I'm coming home. Here's a stranger that I just met 3 weeks ago. We're getting married in 2 weeks, and then we're moving to San Diego. That's not being a helicopter mom. No, 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 Rose. Hey, Wendy. Taylor said not now when she has kids in 5 years. Y'all believe she gonna wait 5 years? Y'all think she's gonna wait and say, hey, I'm ready to get pregnant, let's move? No. Taylor trying to get on back to where her family is now. I don't know if I believe that. Not a glow up, he's just West Coast now. We'll see. A compromise would be moving after 1 year of marriage. It would be. It would be. Part of the unnatural setting of this program they signed up for is you have to make quick decisions in the moment and not with a lot of thought because you ain't got the time. I disagree with that. I think you have ample time to flesh out different conversations in the pods. These people are choosing not to. I think they're choosing not to. And we'll get to some of that with some of the other couples. I think these people are focusing on the wrong things in the pods. They need to do like a behind the scenes special where we see everybody's pod conversation. Put that out. Extra footage. Show us all of their conversations. I want to see what they're talking about because I feel like we're missing context and I feel like they're missing a lot of just basic conversation. That flight is a nightmare. Yeah. And what was your name talking about? It's only 6 hours. And with kids, the cost, flights ain't cheap, B. I have to buy a plane ticket tomorrow. Flights are not cheap. And I'm flying an hour away. An hour. It takes 7 hours to fly from London to New York, so 6 hours is crazy. Taylor suggested he lives in San Diego for some time with her to see how he likes it, but she's really just making him get accustomed. Right, she gonna say we're gonna go over to look. We're gonna go over to look at something. Next thing you know, they're gonna be signing a lease. They are not going to casually look at San Diego. No, they're going to house hunt. I don't trust her. Anything else with Taylor and Garrett? Hey, Shayna. Yes, my ex moved from me and still resents me to that day. And that's the biggest thing. There could be resentment that comes out of that. There could be resentment. I don't know. I don't know. Minneapolis is season 8. I'm praying I know somebody on Minneapolis. Interesting to pick, but okay. She went to DC for work. Was she? I don't know. I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like the best situation. And the camera is going to zoom in on his mother too. I don't know, y'all. Anything else about Tarrant and Gaylor? Or are you guys cool with them? We agree we don't like them, or is it just me? It's just me. Why does Taylor have a career in DC then? Somebody said she came to DC for work. I guess my thing is if she's from If she's from San Diego, yes, it'll be saved. If she's from San Diego and she moved to DC for work, her goal was to meet somebody in DC, find somebody, sign up for a show, marry this person, and then make this person move back. To me, that just doesn't make sense. It was selfish to apply in DC. And oh, another thing with them. Okay, so this was like back and forth. How did you guys feel about Taylor not wanting to say her ethnicity in the pods? Do you guys think that it was misleading? Do you guys think that it was smart? It's true to the experiment? Because we have to remember, in my opinion at least, she brought up ethnicity. She brought up race. He didn't. She made it into a way bigger thing than it needed to be. He could have really, or she could have really finessed that conversation in a way that it wasn't, I don't want you to know what I am, but I'm telling you that I'm clearly not white, or, yeah, that I'm clearly not a white woman. Should not, okay, shouldn't give it away. You had no problem with it. You didn't mind her not talking about it. I didn't like Garrett's reaction. Was this reaction bad? I mean, he was like, I thought you were white. I think that she was being misleading and wanted to. You think she was wanting to race bait him? Oh, okay. They're not supposed to discuss their. They're not supposed to, but she brought it up. She made the first inkling. She made the first hint. She made the first suggestion that she wasn't white. She did that. Because if I come in, if I'm in the pods and you say, what's your mom's name? And I say, oh, I don't want you to know. I don't want you to say it because then you'll know my ethnicity. You're already saying that you're not white. I think it was true to the experiment, but I did question why she even mentioned it if they weren't talking about it to begin with. Same. Taylor made the ethnicity thing a big deal. All she had to say is, you don't need to know my mom's full name, and left it at that. I agree. I didn't see anything sus with that considering the experiment. I don't know why Garrett found a problem with it. I don't think Garrett found a problem with her not wanting to say her ethnicity. She made it weird though. If I say today, what's your mom's name? And you say, oh, I'm not going to tell you that. You'll meet her. You'll find out then. Perfectly fine. Okay, cool. You made yourself appear. You made it known that you weren't a white person. So then we find out that, oh, I really only date white. I thought you were white. She was being calculated though. She was. You could literally see the wheels turning while she was doing it. She was being calculated in that conversation. Right. That's the only reason he called her calculated, because you're being weird right now. You're honestly being weird. She's mixed. How do we know that? Did she say that? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He said, I thought you were white. I assumed you were white. Why do y'all think he was panicking that she might be black? What was she supposed to do? If he says, what is your mom's name? Respond, you'll find out her name when you meet her. That's very easy. You'll find out her name when you meet her. You don't have to say, oh, I don't want you to know my race. I don't want you to know, like, that. I thought that was weird too. Yes, he did. He did. He said, "And what's your mom's first name?" No, because she was like, "You won't call my mom by her first name." And he said, "Oh, what is it?" And that's when she said, "I don't want to tell you because then you'll know my ethnicity." I think y'all are projecting. There's nothing to suggest that he thought that she might be black and he was scared. Y'all think his reaction was weird? I would have reacted the same way. Why you being weird about it? I would have reacted the same way. She looks mixed. She looks Asian and Anglo. Blind, but anyone would not want to get hurt and fall in love with somebody that fundamentally has racial preferences. So then you don't go on a show where you marry a stranger. You see what I'm saying? Like, if she thought that she might come on here and by her saying that she's Asian or y'all are saying she's mixed, if she thought that that would cause a problem and she might meet somebody that does not like Asian people, then you don't put yourself in that situation. She's not being forced to come on the show. I think that's important to remember. She's not being forced to come on the show. She chose to come on the show. She couldn't have had a better follow up response. She could have had a better follow up response, but I don't think she was calculated. Sniper, I think you want him to be scared of it because that's projecting. He could have been panicking about her being anything. Why do y'all think he was panicking about her being black? Let's be real, Taylor doesn't sound black. He couldn't have thought she was black. She doesn't sound black. Right. Taylor did. I don't know. It seems like she was fishing and then she wanted to be, then she started being calculated, which, okay. It was really weird. There's no need for her to go down that path, like whatsoever. Whatsoever. I thought it was weird. When he said it was calculated, I was like, yeah, you being a little whatever. How did he do the most? I guess I don't know. I don't think he was doing the most. I don't think asking why did you bring it up if you're not going to say? I don't think calling somebody out for saying that. I don't think that's doing the most. I think she was doing the most and he asked like follow-up questions. She wasn't being careful though. Like y'all, she brought up her mother's name. She did that. That's not being careful. Being careful is not talking about your mama's name at all. Being careful is not saying, I don't want you to know because I don't want you to know my race. That's calculated. That's calculated. Being careful would have been, oh, you'll find her name out when you meet her. That's being careful. To me at least. Why would somebody that is scared to say they're Asian go on Love is Blind? It goes both ways. It honestly goes both ways. When you sign up for this show and you choose to come in these pods and talk to these people and date these people that you don't know, that are strangers, that you have no idea how they look, and you accept their proposal and you're dating and you're saying, I love you, you have to know that there is a chance that at the reveal, they're not going to like you because of your ethnicity, because of your race. That is a chance. That's what happens. That's why if she is worried about being fetishized as an Asian woman or whatever the case, then you don't go on the show and date sight unseen. Hey, Star. Right. They're all taking a chance. So for her to be acting the way that she was, you made it awkward. She made it awkward. She could have did that. She could have done that. She could have said my mom's name starts with an F. And then he could have probably in his head been like, "Oh, it's Faith. Oh my god, awesome." Like she made it weird. I'm not defending, I'm seeing a different point of view. I don't think y'all do know that because y'all are making it seem as if Garrett came in there and said, "I only want white women," when he didn't. You can tell a black person. I'm not saying that that person doesn't speak proper or anything, but there you can tell as a black person, I can tell when I'm talking to another black person on the phone. Even if they're, the most highly educated down to the not so educated, you can tell a black person when you are talking to them on the phone. You can tell. I don't know why y'all like to act as if that's so egregious when people say that. You can tell different ethnicities when you are talking to them on the phone. We sound different. We all sound different. There's no such thing as sounding white. And that's where I think y'all are getting tripped up on. There's no such thing as sounding white. You think she looks Native American? Okay. Hey, Ashley, thanks for the super chat from Australia. Ooh. I don't think she was calculated. She probably just experienced it. Experienced what more than once? Taylor was fishing. I agree. Taylor was fishing. If you don't want to call it calculating, then Taylor was fishing. She definitely was. She was fishing to get some sort of reaction out of him. It was Taylor's way of letting him know she wasn't white because she probably suspected he was and she wanted to make it clear without actually saying it outright. Yes. She wanted to, she started the conversation. She did it. I don't think she likes him that much either, to be honest. I don't think she likes him. I think she likes that he's agreeable. Because for everything that they say right now, Garrett is agreeing with literally everything that she says. Every single thing she says. He's just going along to get along. You either choose to say your race or you don't. You either choose to say your race or you don't. Exactly. Kwame did the same thing. Didn't he come in as Alex? Like, I don't believe in hiding your identity to be appeasing to other people. She was insecure. Her name is Taylor, and in this city, in this day and age, it conjures images of Swift. Okay. Yes. Yes, she could have. I don't know what it is, but okay. I don't know what it is. Hey, Jay. She wanted someone white, but was scared that they wouldn't want her. You think she wanted a white? Okay. Maybe. She clearly wanted him to know that she was not white. Yeah, there was just a reason that she brought it up. I think it was calculating. Nothing racist came from Garrett. He wasn't. I saw people in my comments and were like, "You guys didn't talk about him being racist, and I'm like, he wasn't. He didn't say anything racist to her. Nonetheless, all right, y'all. Next up, let's talk Leo and Brittany. Okay, Leo and Brittany. This was the cringiest. Hold on, I'm black. Yes, you can. I'm sorry. I can tell if I'm talking to somebody white or black on the phone. I can tell if somebody is white or black. But maybe that's just me. But I can always tell. Okay, so Brittany and Leo. This was cringe. This was cringy. Brittany was a gold digger. Leo is a poser. I think Leo is just a very insecure person. I don't know if I really believe that he is this super rich art dealer, to be honest. I question, like, your whole family died of cancer. And then he was like, fortunately or unfortunately, I just inherited all this money. Oh my God, I'm so rich. And like, the only thing I worry about is being so rich. Oh my God, I am so unbelievably rich. You know, I got a rollie on. Like, he was very, very cringe. Then the way that he like crashed out on Hannah to turn around and say, oh, well, I didn't want you anyways. I wanted Brittany. Then he basically all but essayed her when they were sitting on the couch during the reveal. He was like holding the back of her neck. Y'all remember I did my example with the lipstick. I don't have my lipsticks. But when he was like leaning back, it was uncomfortable to watch. But I will say, the way that Netflix played in our face and y'all gave us 6 episodes of them, that was all we saw in the pods was this love triangle. For them not to go to Mexico, I believe was a slap in the face. A complete slap in the face. Because why would y'all force them down our throats? We saw a lot. I mean, we saw a lot of Leo and Brittany for them to not get picked to go to Mexico. Y'all could have picked them over Garrett and Taylor. I thought that was weird. I didn't like that. And even though they were irritating, it was still like, I mean, we're sick of them, but let's see it on through. Let's finish it out. I honestly believe that Brittany, because in that moment, she even said, if we don't get picked, let's go to Miami. So that tells me that she went and told production, I'm not filming anymore. I'm not going on this. I don't care how much I have to pay to get out of it. So they did not pick them. And I think that came solely on the heels of Brittany like threatening something or whatever. Something about that is weird. It's absolutely, absolutely weird. I want to see the other Ashley instead of them. Black girl with the bun. Who is that? Oh, we didn't see anything of her, right? If Leo did not say what type of cancer his family passed from, was it contagious? Um, I hope you know cancer's not contagious, right? Cancer's not contagious, babe. Don't repeat that to nobody else. Cancer is not contagious. He is scary. Somebody needs to investigate the detail or investigate the deaths. That's not funny. Of his family. Most rich people don't go around bragging about their money. No, they don't. Rich people do not talk about their money. They don't. And he kept saying, I don't want women to want me for my money. I don't want people to want me for my money, when you are the one that is talking about money over and over and over and over. I think it was a waste of time. I think it was a disservice to I think it was a disservice to the show, really, because we spent, again, you spent so much time when maybe we should have focused more on the other six couples that y'all took on their time in the pods. They did. Netflix played in our face with that. Like, that irritated me beyond capacity. Pissed me off to the highest level of pistivity. Leo and Brittany will be at their. I'm sure they will. Yeah, they. I mean, they did the promo for it. Yeah, I saw that. I hated that. I wanted to see the meetups. They were in the plot for Hannah and Nick's storyline, so I get it, but it was still too much, though. Like my whole thing is this is the very first season that I can remember of. I only watched the US version. I watched UK, but I only watched the US one where there is a love triangle, a very prominent one, a love square, if you will, that didn't go to the meetups. Like, are they gonna pop out and be at the party when all the pod people come and meet the actual cast? I think it had just been it was a bigger disservice to not have Leo and Brittany there for Delulu to see them when they all met up at the beach. Remember, she had on her overalls, her overalls with her swimsuit for the beach party. I just thought that was weird. I thought it was a little weird. The hand around her neck was very cringe. It was concerning. Very, excuse me, very concerning. She didn't want to go. I think she didn't want to go anywhere. Now, they're claiming that they went to Miami. I'm going to need to see a picture. Show me a Snapchat. Show me a receipt. Something. I don't believe that they did anything together. She said, I want to go on a shopping spree. Listen, she said, let's go to Miami. Let's go to Miami. And it's not like it's live. They could have cut them out of the edit when they decided not to go to Mexico. Honestly, I feel like you shouldn't have a choice. Well, maybe, you know what? Maybe it is because she felt that he was forcing himself. I don't know. I'm believing Leo paid them to keep them on screen until it was no longer good for him and Brittany. You really think, Summer? You think so? What's up, Holly? Marissa sounded like every black Cowboys cheerleader that signs up for. That's not contagious. Do y'all know what contagious means? Eating certain foods or your appliances, or they say your cell phone gives you cancer. That's not contagious, though, y'all. That's not contagious. Wealth is silent. Absolutely. Absolutely. Something went down, and based on the pending lawsuits from the previous season, they cut it out. I don't, maybe. I mean, let's be real. That scene was very yikes. That scene was very yikes. Just that little snippet made me uncomfortable. I can only imagine how Brittany felt in that moment. So like I said, Brittany could have very well went to production and said, y'all got me effed up if y'all think I'm getting ready to go and be in a room with this man. Look what just happened in this moment here. I also would like to know how they decide to pick people. Like, what is the reasoning behind picking who goes? What did they see in Steven and Monica that said, let's take them? What did they see in, well, we know what they saw in Tyler and Ashley. What did they see in Marissa and Ramsey's that said, hey, let's take, you know what I mean? Like, what is the deciding factor? That's what I would like to know. Watching on the patio. Okay. Leo was insecure and on the outside and on outside world leading with money attracts women, but the wrong kind of women. What happened to Tamar? You saw that picture with that red vest and the white tie. No. We okay without Tamar. I'm sure he's doing well in life. I'm sure he's thriving, okay? Netflix Def had it in the budget to send them to Mexico, all that screen time not to go. It doesn't make sense to me personally, but that's just me. A lot of people said that he didn't talk about money in the pods or they didn't remember him talking about money. So I don't know if it was the edit or people have bad memories. He didn't talk about money per se. He wasn't coming out saying, I have X amount of money in my bank account, but he definitely kept saying, money is not an issue for me. I inherited an art business, I inherited my family's business. He did say it. And then after he said it, he talked more about it to the guys than he did in the pods, but he definitely said it though. Money is the only thing Leo has to offer. Yeah, because look how he's dressed. Look at this picture. I can't stand a suit coat and jeans. Like, he looks awful in this picture. The blazer is ill fitting. The random t-shirt and probably had a bacon neck. He looks a mess. Y'all know how I feel about his hairline, so I thought it was weird how she kept thinking about not going to Mexico. I'm telling y'all, that was a dog whistle. If we don't get picked, which is basically, woo, don't pick me, y'all. That was a smoke signal to production. Do not take me to Mexico. We have never heard somebody say at the meetup, if we don't get picked, let's go to Miami. We've never heard that. We've never heard anybody talk about not getting picked. That was brand new. Like, that was breaking the fourth wall to the max. We have never heard somebody say, hey, if we don't get picked, let's go do our own thing. That's not a thing. She made sure to say that. To play devil's advocate, maybe they had to pivot at the last minute because Brittany wanted to pull out. I don't think that's devil's advocate. I think a lot of us think that. That outfit for the beach. Y'all leave Delulu alone. I had to apologize to her. When people hear cancer, a manipulator realizes people won't dig too much. It was a comment on his stupidity. Next time I'll add a smiley emoji. I don't know, Rocky. I don't know, Rocky. I'm gonna take your word for it, but just for the record, cancer is not contagious, okay? Whether you get it from food or from an appliance, like Sniper said, it's not contagious. You can't walk up to somebody and then they give you cancer. Okay, that's not how cancer works. Leo's cringe would have been even worse, but it would have been awful to watch, but it would have made sense since we were forced to see him all throughout the pods though. Maybe she's not maybe she didn't have her passport. I don't know. Producer said Leo and Brittany had to be included because they were important for Hannah's story. So then take him to Mexico then. I feel like it's a cop out. Isn't he the one who said he was crunchy? No, I thought Garrett said, didn't Garrett say he was crunchy? Who said they was crunchy? Y'all know I didn't like that anyways. Kind of made me itch when I heard it a little bit. Anything else on Leo and Brittany? We know that they dated for a little bit. They broke up. They did an interview with, I think it was ET or Entertainment. No, either ET or E News. And they said that just didn't work. But they're really good friends. And I said, oh, okay, cute. Maybe Leo not having family meant less stakes. I don't know. I've read they only have money to take 5 couples sometimes, one more, but they only want the ones with more chances to go to the altar. Oh, that can't be true. They do not put people that they think have more chances to go to the altar. Not based on what we've been seeing in previous seasons. I mean, it sounds good for them to say, but Netflix producers, I don't believe that, because we can go through and look at some of the people that have gone. Cole and Zanab did not have a good connection. Natalie and Shane did not have a good connection. Shake and Deepti did not have a good connection. We have seen so many couples. Mallory and old boy that sang, with the ukulele, him did not have a good connection. Like, they pick who they think have the most drama. Something happened that they did not want to do Leo and Brittany. Something happened. All right, y'all, let's go next to Delulu and Nikki D. All right, y'all, Delulu stresses me out. Delulu stresses me out. Who put a spoiler in the chat? Why y'all screaming no spoilers? What happened? Y'all said y'all are hearing static? Is it your audio, Jay? Because everybody else is saying that it's fine. Might be you, my good sis. Is there static? Or is it just Jay? Leo is the crunchy Aries. I mean, them your people, Roxy. So, I mean, them your people. So, I can't talk because y'all know how Tyler did us, but there's no static. That might be you, Jay. Your audio is fine. Okay. Sorry, Jay. That might be you, sis. Okay. Delulu and Nick. Now, here's the thing. Now, I don't like Delulu. Remember when I did my cast review and I saw this outfit here? I told y'all that Delulu was going to get on my nerves. Delulu is also the one that I recall that said that people don't like her because she's blunt, but her blunt has a purpose, when it's really like, no, you're rude and you're mean. And most people that are rude and mean like to disguise it as, oh, I'm just blunt. I'm just very honest. But no, you're rude. But see, Hannah, Big Goofy number 2, Delulu, is a person that can dish it but can't take it. So, case in point, after Delulu was cooking in her leather, she's cooking in her little leather blazer, and Nick said something about how he don't like laundry being left out. Remember, he was musty, so he like his clothes to be ready and fresh and clean to go, because now he's musty. So he took his musty body, didn't wash, didn't Febreze, didn't nothing, took off the musty shirt to go in and put on a clean shirt on top of the must that has seeped out of the shirt onto his body. So that was already a problem with the scene. But then they're talking about the fact that he put the laundry on their bed, and she had an issue with that. And he said, well, that's what happens when you're unemployed. What else are you doing? Literally, what else are you doing? You have nothing to do. You don't work. The least you can do is fold up the clothes. The least you can do is take the clothes out of the dryer so that Nick is not musty when he goes and tries to sell these houses. That is the very least that Delulu can do. So for her to be upset about that is I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You can't be cruel to him because she is cruel. Remember, she had her hate list about all the things she hated about him. But he said you're unemployed and you think that he goes too low? No. No, that's a fact. If you don't work, you don't work. If you're unemployed, you're unemployed. That's not subjective. That's a fact. Where does she get her attitude from? The Lulu family was nice. I don't know. You know, some people are just mean. Some people are just mean. Her cooking with the leather jacket on made me upset. Because it was, it's not like she came in and was like, okay, let me hurry up and get this stuff together. Let me hurry up, get this stuff together, and then I can take off my jacket. Like, she kept it on. That's what I didn't understand. Like, ain't you uncomfortable? If you want to wear your jacket for dinner, I guess, but like, there's no reason for you to be cooking in it, sis. There is literally no reason. Absolutely not. Do not get me started on the girl who's a mean girl for no reason. Her outfit is giving Velma. Somebody called her Blade in my comments. I was like, ooh, y'all going in. Not you hate her. Okay, I hate Hannah, but y'all, the shit she pointing out is cringy. Nick is a bum. It's one thing to live with your parents, but you don't pay the bills or contribute in any way. Okay, let's talk about that. Do we know for a fact that he doesn't contribute in any way? So this is what we know. We know he don't pay his phone bill. We know he doesn't pay his car insurance. We know he don't grocery shop because he can't boil pasta, can't boil water. But how do we know that Nick isn't giving his mom, I don't know, $100 to pay for cable? How do we know that though? How do we know? And I'm not even defending him because Nick is a little immature, but how do we know that? I like how, oh, I know I'm one of one, but I like Hannah. She's got a bite to her words, but she's funny and is on top of things compared to Nick. Let's dissect this. She's funny. Now, here's the thing. People being rude is only funny when it's not to you. I don't think Nick finds her funny. That's the thing. It's one thing to be funny. It's another thing to be cruel. It's only funny because she's not saying it to you. But I personally don't think there's anything funny about somebody being condescending and cruel. She's rude to him. She's beyond condescending to him. And then on top of things, I'm sorry, I don't think Hannah is mature at all. You quit your job to come on TV for the chance to find somebody. The chance to find somebody. I don't think that's responsible at all. Nick has a whole profession. He's not a bum, right? Is Nick immature? Yes. Is Nick not prepared for marriage? Yes. He's not a bum, though, because he does work. He's musty when he goes to work, but that's okay. He's still going to work. Why she look like a 90s mom going to work while she... all of her fashion choices have been fashioning, okay? Why is his chest so hairy? I don't know. He liked to have a little, it's not even taco meat. He loved to have that hair just flourishing there. He like it. I don't like how it peeps out of his shirt. That's a bit much for me, but that's where that must is coming from. Y'all know hair holds must. So 300 a week. Yeah, 300 a week is crazy. What are you buying? For a single person too? That's unacceptable, Hannah. That's unacceptable. That's a lot to spend per week. He looked like he just pulled the pants he's wearing here out of the. Where was your belt? Maybe they're them pants that you don't need a belt. Like they just fasten. Hannah just lacked compassion based off of what she said. Seems she didn't grow up around love. That could be it. That could very well be it. She's one of those type of women that want to start fights just to start fights. I agree. Leo was right. She's not working, so please shut the F up. Nick ate with the unemployed comment. I was shooketh. I didn't think Nick had it in him. The way she used the, yeah. Then she put it into the garbage bag that wasn't even full. He was able to pick up the garbage bag like from the bottom. It was flopping over the top, and he just threw the shit in the hallway. I don't know. I feel like Hannah's putting on. What is that bank account looking like? In this economy, and this was filmed, 2023? In this economy, you quit your job for TV? Girl, no. No. And you're wasteful. Paper towel is not cheap. I went grocery shopping today. Paper towel is not cheap. Her brother admitted she couldn't take it. But see, her brother's a part of the problem because her brother sat there and laughed and kikied with her and then cowered and talk shit about her behind her back. Kate ain't a real one either. Don't laugh in my face and then talk shit about me behind my back. That's lame, especially as my sibling. I didn't like that at all. I'm sure he at least, are you? He walked in that room in a black shirt and came back out in a white shirt in less than 2 minutes. He didn't give that he put deodorant on. And you don't put deodorant on top of must. You don't. That's not what it's designed for. Who spend $300 a week on? That's a lot. Like, and I know the cost of food is high, inflation is crazy, but $300 a week, so she's spending $1,200 a month on groceries as a single person? Wow. That's wow. I could never. I would never. I couldn't. I think she was bullied and has mean girl syndrome now. Maybe. People that were bullied sometimes grow up to be bullies. That does happen. Her mother used to lock up the snacks. Now, okay, I want to discuss this. So, locking up snacks. When I was a kid, me and my brother, we are 2 years apart. In the summers, we were home during the day, right? My mom would put up the junk food too. Why? Because kids will sit and eat junk. Kids will sit and eat a box of popsicles. Kids will sit and eat a box of oatmeal cream pies. They'll sit and eat a box of cereal. Kids do that. I don't have a problem with her mom putting up the snacks, personally. But that's just me. If I had kids, I would probably put up the damn snacks too, because y'all not going to sit here and just eat a bunch of junk. Now, if it was because her mother told her, I'm locking up the snacks because you're getting fat, that's the issue. That is the issue. But a lot of parents put up junk food. What happens is it creates an unhealthy relationship that some people have with junk as they get older, because now that they can just eat whatever cakes and popsicles and soda and whatever they want whenever they want as a teenager or as an adult, then they go crazy with it. But her mom just putting up the food, like, it's snacks. Now, if her mama is putting a lock on the refrigerator, that's the issue. But her mama's saying, no, you're not going to sit and eat a case of brownies, I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with that. I think the attitude is a way for her to protect herself. She used to be bigger and probably created defense mechanisms over time. I hurt you before you hurt me or be mean to me. I can see that. I can definitely see that. But then, but then you have to expect it back. Every action has a reaction. Every action has a consequence. You cannot expect to be mean to people. You can't expect to be rude to people. You can't expect to be condescending to somebody. And then when they say something back, you yell that that person is cruel. She sat up there and told her brother that she's mean, but Nick is cruel. All he said was, "You don't work. You don't." But you have been running through Nick every chance you get, though. Every chance Delulu gets, she is talking trash about Nick. That's crazy to me. Honestly, crazy to me. I don't get it. Now you can't say I don't want to. I'm not gonna block you, but we can't say I don't want to give spoilers and then give a spoiler. That's not how that works, SB. Nick's parents didn't seem to mind him, unlike Hannah's parents. Hannah's parents were embarrassed. Hannah's parents were embarrassed. We don't know, but we know. I mean, we've talked about this already, Roxy, but I don't know. I don't think Nick is that bad. I don't think he's a bum. I don't think he's a bum. Nick, we don't know. Nick could be kicking in to buy the snacks at his house. Hannah knows who to be funny with, right? Right. She know who to play with. She know who to play with. You have way and you need that way to work. Okay. Hannah's parents love her, but they are not fond of her. I think her parents were embarrassed because of the way she was acting. So during that scene, like she came in, grill him, and that's why her parents was like, I don't understand why she wanted people to grill him, and I thought that was very telling too. You want people to be rude to him because you have been rude to him, and I didn't quite understand that. I didn't quite understand that. Then when she was like, Nick said that she nitpicks him. And she's like, well, he doesn't have anything that he doesn't like about me because I'm just too perfect. I was with her mama. Girl, are you serious? Delulu. Delulu. Like if that was my sibling or my child doing that, I would be embarrassed because what are you doing? What are you doing right now? When your parents have to tell you to chill out, you're doing too much. Exactly. And your parents have been around you for all of 30 minutes in this scene. I mean, I don't know. Nothing wrong with Nick living at home, but having parents pay your car note. They don't pay his car note, they pay his car insurance. They pay his car insurance. That could be a savings cost for everybody too. That could be a savings cost for everybody. If you bundle it, they pay his phone bill and they pay his car insurance. He don't even take a shower when he changed his clothes. Not one drop. I'm telling y'all, he came out. He went in musty, came out musty. Did nothing change but that shirt. My theory is she quit her job because she knew she'd become famous and receive social media paychecks and brand deals. She's not fooling me. What? What Love is Blind people are honestly like collecting like that from social media outside of Lauren and Cameron? Are there any that are getting like huge brand deals? Do y'all know? I think it was irresponsible to quit her job. I think it was irresponsible to quit her job. Hannah thinks that she is a financial guru just because she could repeat what HR tells people about 401 in stocks, 300 per week in groceries. Lets me know she's clearly not a financial guru. She ain't clipping a coupon, I tell you that. I tell you that. Was she kicked out at 18? She said her parents cut her off at 18. But that's what she is saying. Now, I know a lot of people whose parents, like, did she go to college? Because if you went to college, no, she went to college, right? So if she went to college, she's out of her house at 18. It could have been her parents saying, get a job so that you can work. Her parents could have been paying her tuition. Her parents could have been paying, paying that stuff. And then said, you have to get a part time job for whatever little spendable money that you want. There's really no clarification on that. And then her saying she got a job at 15, girl, we all did. We all got a job at 15. I started working at 15. You don't get a prize for that. I want a deep dive into Hannah's childhood and unbringing There Lies All the Answers. Maybe so. It could be There Lies All the Answers. Like, what was high school like for her? What was middle school like for her? I would have loved to see her bring some friends around. I think we get better conversations when the friends are around than the parents. I like when they bring their friends around. On some real stuff, if my mom offered to pay for my stuff when I was 20 something, I would have took it. It's hard out here now. It's hard out here. Y'all don't think he paying nothing? All right. I'll let y'all have it. Hannah is wearing her high school cheerleading outfit in this photo. I'm fine with someone living with their parents if they are saving money. Yeah, if Nick is saving. Now, Nick doesn't give me that he's like video games, like none of that stuff was in his room. So I don't maybe he just sits on money. I don't know. I don't know. Couldn't I don't know, y'all. She's also irresponsible with money after quitting work for a reality show. She's trying to come for Nick. She also has student loan debt. So all this is about Hannah. I don't know because I fast forward. Ooh, that's why y'all be in the comments being loud and wrong sometimes because y'all be skipping portions of the episode. Now, okay, it makes sense now. Kicked out, but remember, she retold the story about the ducks at the beach. Exactly. I don't know if I can't say. I didn't hear her say kicked out. I thought she said her parents cut her off at 18. Did she say she was kicked out? Now, does kicked out mean go to college or get out the house? Does kicked out mean get a job or get out the house? There's a lot of different things that parents do. I mean, she is also harping on not being able to get to the snacks too. She retold that story quite a few times. Now, do you guys think that they're gonna get married? Y'all think they're gonna get married? Delulu knew this in the past. That too. She knew he lived at home. So then it should have been what questions come after that? What questions come after that? See, now y'all are saying she didn't say kicked out. This be the issue. Y'all watch all these episodes and then y'all forget what happens. She said cut off. I know she said cut off because I wrote it down. She said cut off. She said cut off. Love is Blind is very one dimensional in the way they portray people. They portray Hannah as mature, financially stable one, and Nick. Yeah, they create a narrative for people for sure, for sure. They create a narrative for people. I heard cut off, and to me, that possibly means cutting off. That's what I'm thinking. I have some friends that when they got to college, their parents were like, "We will pay your tuition, we'll buy your books, and we will put money on like your food plan if you lived in the dorms. Outside of that, get a part-time job." I worked through college. So, I didn't get cut off at 18 either. Personally, so I don't have that same experience. If I absolutely needed to now, I could call my parents and they would help me. Not everybody has that, unfortunately, but cut off needs to be defined a little more. But like somebody pointed out, Hannah also has a habit of lying. She got a little lying problem. Out of the pods, their pod y'all know I don't like Deep Tea, but okay. Out of the Pods with Natalie and Deep Tea made 1 million plus, and they made a video on it. Well, that's tacky. Why would they make a video? They made $1 million on that YouTube. $1 million. Okay, okay. Good. I mean, good for them. Good for them. That seems a little odd, but that seems like a lot from YouTube from what the past. Well, maybe. I guess. I guess. Good for them. Native American and Asians have similar ancestry. Okay. I hope they don't get married. I don't like how Hannah talks down to him so much. He seems to not mind it for the most part. I think he does mind it, and I think he's just going along with it. I think Nick does mind it. I think he does. Netflix can try to create a narrative of her being mature, but her immaturity shows through any type of edit. Sure does. All right, y'all, let's get to some of the good people. Tim and Alex. Tim has grown on me. Tim and Alex both have grown on me. They both have grown it. They both have grown on me. I like them. Oh, okay, that makes sense. No, you're good. I like them as a couple now. I think they're good for each other. I think they're going to balance each other out so long as Alex controls her temper and Tim stops playing around so much. I think their biggest issue is she I think she likes him. I do think she likes him, but I think that she doesn't like some of the things that he does. Or she just has a dry personality and that is her way of showing it. That I don't know. I thought it was very, very sweet how he read that letter to her father. That is the same letter that he read in the pods to her. I thought it was amazingly sweet. Like the meeting of her family, I thought was great. I can't wait to meet his family and see who he brings on the show. I thought his apartment or his house, whichever one it was, I thought that was nice. Um, their arguments not being on camera is a disservice. It's a disservice. It's a disservice because we don't get context around it, and when we don't get context, it leaves everybody to guessing about everything. Us not having the context for what happened in that conversation is crazy because her perspective, from her perspective, she was homesick. She was ready to go home. She just couldn't articulate it, couldn't voice it. She wanted to be left alone. He thought and assumed it was about him. So she's following behind, or he's following behind her. She didn't want to be followed. So they get into it. At some point, she puts her hand over his mouth, which is never okay to do to anybody for any reason, let alone an adult male, I think it's crazy. You don't do it to anybody, but you don't do it to a man because they're going to take that as like the ultimate sign of disrespect, right? So then he gets mad. He tries to leave. So then she's chasing after him to where now he wants to be left alone. Were they drunk? Why didn't they put like the words on the screen? At 2 o'clock in the morning after leaving the beach, Alex decided to head home. Like, why didn't they do that? Put it on there, but to just have absolutely no context and we see him coming and knocking on the hotel door the next day is crazy. She didn't deny her part. He didn't deny his part. Where is the footage? Is it going to pop up like the cutie scene with Cole and Zanab? Or like, I don't know. You'd move in with Tim. His place was nice. I thought it was nice. Very, very masculine. Very, very brown and green. But it was nice though. I can't believe she's not embarrassed by how her... I cannot believe she is not embarrassed by how nasty her place was. Completely unacceptable, ma'am. Completely unacceptable. I was embarrassed for her. It made me feel like I needed to get up and sweep and dust myself because what are we doing? How did he get there? How did he get to that point? I've never even shushed my children that way. I want to know what she called him. She called him a bitch. We know what trigger words are for men. She called that man a bitch. And that's why he said that he doesn't play with disrespect and you called me out my name. Because what else can you call a man that is going to have them saying, F you, I'm done with the relationship, if not that? A MFer? I don't know. Like, the P word, I don't like to say that. It's nasty. But, like, I don't know what else she could have called him. They're overproducing. I agree. Netflix is overproducing this season. They're over editing this season. And they are very focused on a particular narrative. I agree with that. Alcohol played a part. Oh, I'm sure it did. Were they drunk at the mixer? I feel like we didn't even get a lot of the mixer. I thought the mixer was edited very weirdly too. Did y'all think the mixer was edited weirdly? Like, they were there, but then they started grilling all the guys, but then they didn't grill the guys. But then Marissa and Ramsey are like cuddled. But then Nick and Hannah, like, it was edited very, very, very weirdly. Very weirdly. She's born on the show. I think she's nervous. I think that Alex is very aware of herself and aware of the cameras. And I think that because she's aware of herself and the cameras, it's causing her to freeze. Y'all know Tim likes to antagonize on purpose. He said he kept saying speak. If she needed space, then that would be annoying. No, that's true. But to see both sides of the coin, because y'all know, okay, very, very even over here. To see both sides of the coin, she turned around and did the same thing to him. So if he's ready to leave and he's walking away, and you're now chasing after him, you're now doing the same thing that you were mad about 10 minutes earlier. But we don't have the context for it. How did it start? Did she suddenly just homesickness washed over her? Was it something sad? Did somebody mention like their mom? Like, what happened that you suddenly are like, oh, I want to go home. Something had to have transpired. Tim is a good guy, but he's not the one for her. Did you see her plays? He can and he won't. He was a good sport. He was a good sport about it because I'd have came in and said, girl, what the fuck? I would have came in and been mortified. Girl, what is going on here? I would have, I couldn't have done it. Woo! And she's not dirty. She's not dirty. She's messy. Because it was just clothes everywhere. She's not dirty. It wasn't like food left out and stuff like that. But who sis? Yeah, she called him. She called him a bitch ass nigga. That's exactly what she said. And she probably pointed in his face like this and put her hand over his mouth and mushed him like she did something. She did something. I said that too. Anytime somebody is living in squalor and living in just chaos like that, you have a chaotic mind. Your mind is unsettled. She said that she could go to sleep and all that just stuff. Girl, your closet door don't close. How are you sleeping like that? You have a little TV in front of a big TV. No. And you're sleeping like that? Talk about some, oh, I could just go to sleep. How? How? Your clothes are going to suffocate you. She could be depressed. She could be a functioning depressive. I don't know. I have no idea. She keeps herself up nicely. I'm surprised her place looked like trash. She said she was messy, but she didn't tell us it was going to look... Girl, like, I can't... Y'all watch Married at First Sight? Do y'all remember when old boy, that white boy, what was his name? God, what was his name? Fuck. He was, like, his house was filthy, and, like, his shower, he had all his plants in the shower. That's where he kept the plants, and he, like, cleaned up the ocean, and so he just had, like, garbage in his house. That's dirty. Mitch from Married at First Sight. That's how Mitch's place was. She's not as bad as Mitch. This was not good. Because now, let's say it doesn't work out with him. Now, every man that could have been interested in you is like, because, you know, people always say how you keep your house is how you keep your body. So, I don't know. She did look a little embarrassed. She should have been. She should have been embarrassed. Her body language looked awkward when they were on that couch. No, she looked comfortable. She looked comfortable AF on that couch. She said, I could just go to sleep, and I believed her. Everybody, every now and again, you'll come in, toss your coat on the couch, or you'll maybe have like a sweatshirt on the couch, but she had like stuff. It was a sight to see. It was definitely a sight to see. That dirty hamster was nervous because she knew they were going to her apartment. Yeah. She wasn't aware enough to tell Netflix not to come to her house. She should have made something up. We can't go to my house. Remember, Kwame's house was nasty too. Kwame's house was nasty. Kwame had Vaseline and like lotion just sitting out. Cole's house. Cole had flies in his bathroom and in his house because he shit and didn't flush the toilet before going on the show. But as a woman, no ma'am. No ma'am, Alex. Alex's place is going to be it just like Cole's. It is. I ain't never seen nobody closet with just stuff was spilling out to the point where you, whoo, my God. I don't think her messiness will cause him to say no. I don't think so. I don't think his messiness or her messiness would do that. Because he seemed like he was a little taken aback, as we all were. We all were like, ooh, jump scare. But I don't think that will be the reason he says no. Because you can teach somebody to not be messy. That can be learned, right? We can start very slow, and her having somebody there that's like, girl, pick that up. Let's put our clothes up together. Let's clean up together. That can be worked on. Cole was dirty. Kwame was dirty. That was the difference. Mitch was dirty from Married at First Sight. I can't remember the season. Mitch's house was so filthy, y'all. Mitch's house was so filthy. Oh my God. That season was a train wreck. But Mitch's house was filthy. You said she's boring. Somebody said we needed to see that bathroom. She better call that little maid service, Molly the maid. They'll come and clean it up for you. A task rabbit will come and help you out. Don't compare. Didn't I say that Kwame was dirty and she was messy? That's not comparing, sis. That's contrasting. Hey, Phil. She should have sent her friend. She should have sent somebody. But I also feel like, why were you in such a rush to clean? Why were you in such a rush to pack that you couldn't just put stuff back up? But you know what? That's okay. I hope they work. I want them to work. I think that he is going to teach her patience. And I don't know quite what she is going to. I think she's going to teach him maybe to not be so brash. She's going to heal the part of his heart that is missing his sisters. He ain't talked about his sisters in a while. Like I said, not a picture of his sisters in his house. I'd have thought that the first thing he did was show her a picture and be like, hey, look, these are my sisters. Like, he didn't even do that. So I don't get it. I don't get it. What's up, Christian? They'd been back in town for how many days? I'm convinced production told her to mess up that apartment. You couldn't pay me to mess up my apartment so y'all can come film. No. There's no way. Because now everybody knows you is dirty. Now you're dirty Alex from Love is Blind season 7. That's not what you want to be known for. You don't want to be known for that. Girl has been drinking, and you can see with that bar. Well, y'all know, just because people have bars in their house don't mean that they sit and drink all the time too. Like, I know a lot of people that have bars in their houses. It doesn't mean they sit and drink. I got a shit ton of liquor. It doesn't mean I sit and drink. I don't drink every day. I don't drink heavily every day. So that was what got me. Then she didn't know what bag was in what. Some of this is to donate. Some of this is to sell. Some of this is to keep. Why are the clothes you're keeping in bags? That tells me that all of that was on the floor. I think all of that was on the floor, and she tried to hurry up and scoop it up real quick to put. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Working with a hoarder. Y'all think she's a hoarder? I think she's just messy. Maybe she's a hoarder. I don't know. Anything else on Tim and Alex? We good with them, y'all? All right. Kate Spade and Steven. This was a doozy. This was a doozy. Hold on real quick, y'all. Okay, Kate Spade and Steven. Okay, so Kate Spade. Here's the thing. We can wrap up Monica and Steven very, very quickly, right? Monica is rude. Monica is condescending. Monica came onto this show as a 36-year-old woman yearning to be married. Monica was desperate. Monica was desperate to be married. Monica said, I'm always a bridesmaid, never a bride. And that's how Monica has carried herself throughout this entire thing, right? Monica heard Steven say that he was technically a cheater. He was an emotional cheater in the pods. And Monica was okay with that. Now, I am a person, I believe once a cheater, always a cheater too, right? But that doesn't mean that I will completely write you off for it. Doesn't mean I'll completely write you off for it. Him emotional cheating, I think, is more serious than him being a physical cheater. An emotional cheater is going to sit on the phone and sext and Instagram and hide in DMs. And to me, for a man being an emotional cheater is way worse than a man being a physical cheater. So when Monica heard that he was an emotional cheater, our 3/5 African king here, that should have raised an antenna for her. But because Monica is desperate to get married, she ignored the red flags with Steven. She ignored the red flags with Steven. Now, does Monica deserve to be embarrassed the way that she was? No, she does not. She doesn't. Monica hurt on flowers. Monica hurt. Somebody, Holly, where do you be getting this stuff? Scottie Pippen? Scottie Pippen looks like the Cheeto cheetah. So Monica harped on these flowers, right? Now, on one hand, Steven did say, yes, I'm going to give you flowers. I meant to go back and rewatch that scene. Did he say, I will give you your flowers or I will give you flowers? They go to Mexico. He did not have time to get her flowers. Do you want him to spend X amount of dollars on a bouquet that you can't take home? So, y'all don't get started in the chat. I want to try to get through this. Okay, so do you want the flowers there? Y'all had the conversation about it. In that moment, Steven. Okay. In that moment, Steven said, I didn't think that I would have to buy you things. He is not a person that believes in giving gifts, right? That's not what he does. He then goes on to talk about, the discernment isn't there for sure. The discernment isn't there. I honestly don't remember, Roxy. And that's why I said I meant to go back to the pods and rewatch that scene. I don't remember if he said, I will give you flowers, or I will give you your flowers, or I will give you flowers every week. I honestly don't remember. But if he didn't do it, yes, he's wrong for that. He's dead ass wrong. 1,000%. But if he didn't do it, don't keep asking for it. Y'all are on vacation. What do you want him to do? I'm sorry, if I'm on vacation, don't buy me flowers because I can't take them home. I can't get on the plane with them. But they're having a conversation, and Scottie goes on to say that she wants gifts. She wants to be showered. She wants the token of appreciations, right? That's her love language. That's perfectly fine. He then says, I didn't think I would have to buy you a very nice quality bag, like a Kate Spade. Now, I have a Kate Spade bag, okay? Kate Spade is a good quality purse, right? But the way that she was like, "Don't you buy me no Kate Spade bag," I was like, Scotty, Scotty. Like, she behaved horribly in that moment. She behaved horribly in that moment. She then goes on to say that it should be YSL or Louis Vuitton. To me, that's materialistic. Do I want a Kate Spade bag as a gift? Not necessarily. Okay. Not necessarily. However, if my fiance, if my husband, if my boyfriend buys me a Kate Spade bag that he went and he picked out himself and he is proud of and he thinks that I would love because he don't really know you like that, then yes, you take the bag. You use the purse once. I have seen my mom do this millions of times. My dad got my mom a purse 2 years ago for Christmas. She hates the purse. She don't like nothing about the purse. But when they go out for date night, you know what she does? She carries the purse. Why? Because it's a token of appreciation. But for him to be like, I mean, for Scotty to be like, why is sale? No, you can't do that. Then Steven is like, now he's like, oh damn, she want LV. I can't afford Louis. I can't afford it. So now our 3/5 Nigerian king is looking out the window. Now he's pensive because now he don't know what to do. Now he's realizing I can't afford her. I can't afford her. So they get back. They fly on back after she wigged out about the fireworks, which I was on her side about. Who cares what Garrett is talking about? Go stand outside, look at the fireworks for the 3 minutes that they were there. Come on back and talk. We see her. Right. I think deep down my dad knows my mom don't like he has to know. He knows she don't like that purse. He knows she don't like that purse, but she's going to carry that purse when they have their date nights just to, keep the peace. That's how you stay married forever. So, in that moment, Steven is rambling, right? And we have heard Steven ramble. Remember, she damn near cussed him out for rambling the night before because she wanted to gossip about Tim and Alex. So Steven is rambling, and I missed it. But y'all were saying that he started talking about how after this, women are gonna be in his DMs, wanting to suck him off. And I'm like, oh my God, where is the couth? Where is the couth? I understand her. I don't even think she handled it poorly, to be honest. She came in. She very discreetly was like, that was so romantic. Thanks for coming out. I don't think she handled it bad at all. She didn't make a scene. Some people do. I mean, I look at it this way. Everybody else, all the other fiancés, the males, grabbed their women, an arm around them, and they all walked out together. I can see how she wanted him to come. I can see how she wanted him to come. He did kind of wave her off about it. But then he drunkenly throws Garrett under the bus and it's like, Garrett is freaking out over here. And Taylor was like, oh yeah? Huh. Okay. So then they get back. It's not. Not serious. No, Kate Spade, it's not cheap. It costs I think it's like a mid-level. It's a mid-level luxury brand. But look at Monica. Nothing about Monica gives that she's carrying Kate Spade or Coach. Monica looks like she's MCM and YSL and Gucci and that type of stuff. It definitely is going downhill. It's right. It definitely is. I know because Steven was talking to Garrett. That's why Steven didn't go. So it's mid, exactly. It's not bad. It's not top tier, but it's a good purse. It's a little something to carry while you go shopping, right? So they get back home, and she's like, we gotta go shopping because we gotta go groceries, flowers, beer, flowers. I said, if you don't go buy this heifer some flowers so we can stop hearing about it, because I know you're tired of hearing about it. Because I was sick of hearing about it. Miley Cyrus sang a whole song about how you can buy yourself flowers. Monica has never heard it. Never heard it. Because think about it this way. You have nagged this man death. To death about the flowers. Do you even, are you still going to be happy if you get them? Is it going to be meaningful? Wouldn't it mean more if you just shut the fuck up about it and you come home one day? Because remember, we find out that he don't have no job either. Him and Delulu should have been together. Wouldn't it be more meaningful? You come home from work and there's a beautiful bouquet that is sitting there that you didn't have to tell him to buy you 10 times that day alone? You're floating him money because he doesn't work. So you want him to use your money to buy you flowers? Monica, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. So then we get, the dramatic mood. The screen is a little dimmer. Monica's sitting there talking to Taylor. Y'all, I hollered when Steven walked behind them to the refrigerator. I said, he's home? Y'all are talking about him and he's here? That threw me. So we find out that Steven has been sexting, if you will. Y'all go ahead and like the video if you haven't. See, a couple of y'all have joined. Like the video if you haven't. If you are watching and you are not subscribed to the channel, you should be hitting that subscribe button, y'all. We got goals. Y'all should be hitting that subscribe button for me, please. Thanks. So, Steven's texting. So we find out that Steven was supposed to be at a sleep study. Okay, there are a lot of people that don't know what a sleep study is. So I believe it's the test for sleep apnea, right? It's the test for sleep apnea. I mean, when I was in college, there used to be so many times that you would be able to just go to, they would have like the sleep studies up and you would make like $100-$200 by just going to sleep. It's like just to see how long you sleep or whatever. There's a couple different ones. But Steven was supposed to be at a sleep study. Steven, however, was sexting about his kinks. I guess he got a little fetish. Who knows what it is? But he got a little something that he enjoys that clearly Monica is not doing. So you're not allowed to drink though. Right. So that's why, well, no, yeah, you're not allowed to drink. That would defeat the purpose of the sleep study. So it's not just for extra money. I mean, it is, but it's not just for extra money. They're actually tracking something. They're looking at something for a reason. So apparently he was texting some woman and Monica found out. Now, I have heard two different versions of how she found out. There is an interview that she has out where she explains how she found out. But he's doing that. In this scene, he tries to flip it on her and was like, well, this came off the heels of, the conversation last night. The conversation last night was, remember, they were talking and he was saying that because she floated him that money, that he was okay if she were to just come home and rip his clothes off. And she was like, yeah, I'm not gonna sleep with you if you're having concerns about the wedding, which I think makes sense. I think makes sense. Why are we gonna sleep together? Why am I gonna fuck you and you don't know if you want to marry me in 2 weeks? What are we doing? And I was with Monica. Don't you dare blame this on her. You will not blame the fact that this woman does not want to sleep with you right now because you know that you have doubts as your reasoning for sexting another woman. So then he was just like, you're right. I should have never come. I should have never come on here. And I was with her. That's rude to say. That's rude to say because now you're making it seem as if you don't mean shit to me. I should have never came, which means I would have never met you, which means I would have never been in this situation. That's how I would have took it. That's how I think Monica took it. I felt bad for her. I honestly did. I felt bad for Scotty because she didn't deserve that. If you didn't want to be with her anymore, if you felt inferior to her, if you have a sex addiction, if you have something else going on, then leave. Just leave. But to do that to her and then to turn around and on top of that say I should have never come on here, it was never like I never wanted to hurt you, I don't want to lose you. It was really on some shit, we ain't fucking anyway, so it really don't matter. My God. Like, then he just gets up and then just walks out. That was it. He absolutely is. He was crashing out on Instagram Wednesday and Thursday night. Them DMs are not full of the women wanting to suck them off, now are they? You're trash. Trash. Yeah, he wanted to. Well, here, if that's your fetish, if he wants to be pegged, sir. I'm not gonna judge nobody's kinks, right? But he was talking about fucking a pineapple and macaroni and cheese, and it's like, what is going on here? Oh, disappointed. I'm disappointed in Steven. Completely and disgusted at that. Disappointed and disgusted. Let me see what y'all are saying in the. I felt like there was an episode of The Office. Like, I don't think, like, if y'all could have saw me, because I was into it, like, what happened? When he walked through the back of that scene, I yelped. He's there? I, but it's also, at the same time, why, you know they're talking about you. Why would you come walk in there to get some water? You should be packing to leave. Then she was like, just give me my money, Venmo me. And the way that he was able to Venmo it back to her was wild. So if you had the money, if you didn't need the money, if you were just able to send it back, if you were able to send it back that quickly, why did you take it? What did you need money for anyways? I guess that's the real thing. What y'all? I mean, you've been out of work. Y'all been back for what, a week? Why did you? What money? What did you need the money for? Was she paying your bills? What is going on? Because when he gets you flowers, it's gonna be because he's forced to. Right? Exactly. Exactly. I think we all collect every recap that I have watched. Everybody is like, he's right there. Like, that was so crazy to me. Because we've never seen in Love is Blind, Ready to Love, Married at First Sight, The Ultimatum, we have never seen a situation where we are seeing somebody talk about what their partner did and they ass is in the back of the scene standing there. What in the creep squad is going on? That was so crazy to me, y'all. I have never seen something like that before. That was something. So we don't know if he was actually at the sleep test. I don't know. Which is why I was confused when he said he was drunk. I don't. Again, we got no context. We just panned over like the scene started, and she just sitting there looking all pensive, all but a weep, all but a weep. It could be that he went solely for the money, or maybe it was scheduled already. Maybe he saw an ad and was like, I could use the $200. I could use the money. Yeah, 3/5, which is problematic that he kept saying 3/5 anyways. If you know, you know. That was kind of problematic. Monica went through his phone. He ain't never dated black women before. He thought he could get away with the foolishness and not get caught. I don't think that has anything to do with her being black. I think women of all races go through phones. It's saying I screwed you and screw you and good night. Yeah. What's his Instagram handle? If you go to Love is Blind's Instagram page, just check the following, and it'll Steven's name will come up. I bet he'll skip the reunion out of embarrassment. I don't think he's embarrassed. I don't think he's embarrassed. Not the way he's been talking on Instagram. He's not. I'm not gonna judge nobody's kinks. People like different things sexually. I ain't gonna judge nobody's kinks. As long as your kink is not a child or a pet, I'm not gonna judge your kinks. No, I think he said sorry. I think he apologized to some degree. He apologized to some degree. But I think it was crazy and just rude for him to be like, I should have never came. I felt bad for her when he said that. I thought that was extremely rude to say. 3/5 African. I mean, like, my God. My goodness. Crazy. He got that money from the Venmo. Oh, he got the money he Venmoed her from the sleep. It's weird how y'all have never heard of a sleep test. Y'all have never heard of a sleep study before? We know they're not going to make it to the altar, so nah. All right, y'all. We've been on here 2 hours. Let's get to Ramsey and Marissa. Okay. They should have never made it this far. They have different fundamental values. They have different religious values. They have different views on the military. They have different views on birth control. The military conversation, look, if she is proud of her service, let her be proud of her service. It is crazy. It is asinine for you to want to judge her because she was in the service. You're in DC. I feel like majority of the people in DC have been in the service or are from military families. But I don't think Marissa knows if she is proud of being in the service or not. I don't. I don't know if Marissa, I don't think Marissa knows herself. I think Marissa is trying to mold herself into the version of herself that Ramses wants. I think Marissa is a person that, because in that conversation, right, she starts off by saying she supports the military, she supports the troops. Then they start talking about it. He doesn't support the military. He doesn't support the troops. So then she's like, no, you know what? I don't support the military. They wanted me to try to off somebody. Girl, you signed up for the service. We were in a war. We were in a war 8 years ago. So the fact that you did not think that y'all were going to have to, go and kill somebody is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So Then we meet his we find out that she's not religious. She's not religious. She said God can take a back seat. I said, "Oh girl, that was interesting." I mean, little unnecessary to say, but then she doesn't want a cis hetero male to marry them. She wants a woman that's a spiritualist to do it, which is fine. But I think Marissa uses a lot of buzzwords. I think, like, she kept saying, we have to watch a Barbie. Like, look, many of us have seen the Barbie movie. It's the ultimate feminist movie, right? The Barbie movie is saying girls can do it. Who run the world? Girls. All that type of stuff, right? She seems like one of those people whose Instagram aesthetic would be posting feminist quotes. Kimmy, is that a spoiler? Who broke? Okay, let me ban you. I keep telling y'all quit leaving spoilers in there. I don't know who you're talking about, but that sounds like a spoiler for some couple. So she seems like her Instagram aesthetic would be buzzwords, different buzzwords of trying to, like she doesn't know herself. She doesn't know herself. And I think that's just the unfortunate part about her. And then we find out that her mother is an ass. Her mother is the bitch. Her mother called her a bitch, but her mother is a bitch. So her mother is going through, and her mother is dragging Ramses for absolutely no reason. For absolutely no reason. I thought the way that her mother behaved was childish. I thought it was tacky. I don't know if you came on here, Marissa's mom, wanting a moment. I don't know what that was about, but I did not understand why her mother did that. I didn't think it was funny. I didn't think it was cute. I'm never entertained. I never like when the parents come on and they try to read these men down. I think it's lame. It's lame. What is the point in you coming in and trying to read the F out of him? And this is a grown ass man. If he'd have said, "Ma'am, you're 60 with a tongue ring," then what? If he'd have said, "You're 60 and your makeup is chalky," then what? If he'd have said, "Ma'am, you're 60 and you have on a dated motorcycle jacket," then what? "You're 60 and your hair is stringy," then what? "You're 60 and you got 4 baby daddies." How dare you worry about what she's gonna do with her life? Hell, your life ain't together and your life ain't been together. I didn't like that. I never think that's entertaining. Never think it's entertaining whatsoever. In every season, we get one mother that comes in and just does the absolute most for literally no reason. It's never necessary to talk to another grown person like that. Because let's be real, your life is a mess too. Then she wants him to get a prenup and she doesn't have any money. I feel like they are on the same level. I feel like they are neck and neck when it comes to money right now. Because I don't know if Marissa works or if she's just in school or maybe she has a part-time job. Somebody said that she was probably in like her last year of law school. But I don't think a prenup is necessary. And it doesn't even seem like Marissa wants a prenup. It wasn't the time and place. Should a prenup be had because y'all literally don't know each other? Yes. Get a basic prenup to protect your assets. Get a basic one. And then even when he said that he's okay with signing it, she was still like kind of bitchy towards him. Then you called your daughter a bitch on TV. In front of everybody. What y'all think about Marissa's mother? Marissa and Ramses make a cute couple, but he's giving Orion vibes for some. Really? You think he's giving Orion? I think she is trying to break away from the toxicity of her mom and the horrible conservatives that left a bad taste in her mouth. She could be. She is a work in progress. That's why I said she doesn't know herself. She doesn't know herself. And when you don't know yourself, you end up like this because every conversation, Marissa is back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. She never stands on anything. In the birth control conversation, she started off by saying, I guess I'll look into birth control. By the end of the conversation, 5 minutes, 5 minutes later, she's like, you know what? Guess what? Boom, I'm not getting it. You suggested it, Marissa. You suggested it. It's crazy that y'all are having unprotected sex. That's the real issue. Y'all are having unprotected sex. Y'all just met. Y'all literally just met. That was wild. Her mother gives she don't like men. Maybe she doesn't. Somebody thumbs me down for saying they had unprotected sex. Her mother was displaying behavior of a very hurt person. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Her mother is terrible, but I wanted why did you want him to get dragged? What did he do? Like he didn't do anything. He came in, he was respectful, he was nice to her. He didn't deserve that from that lady. I agree with Marissa. Her mama needs therapy. I was done when she called. Yeah, like rude for no reason. I would have read her like a book. To like, her siblings did seem cool. Her siblings absolutely did seem cool. She's mad that she has black children and she's taking it out on them. Ooh. She was so judgmental, but has kids at the table saying they wear socks as mittens. Her mother seems bitter from her past and is heavy on the projection. Heavy on the projection. I don't like how she says she doesn't believe. I thought that was kind of rude to say. Like here he is promising to take care of your daughter for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. And here you are being like, nah, y'all gonna be together, what, 15, 20 years, and then you're tired of each other, and then that's it. Sheesh. Sheesh. Racists procreate with the people they hate every day. Why y'all think she's racist? Why do y'all think she's her mother's racist? If she makes money after they're married, depends on the state. Not every state is a community marital state, but if they're together and they're both starting off on even playing field, he actually has a good job now. What are we protecting? Not every lawyer is filthy rich. That's what I don't get. It's not like she's coming into this with a big house and a big savings. Like I don't get it. I don't, the way that her mom was harping on it, you would think that Marissa is coming in just fully locked and loaded with money and assets. And she doesn't give that. That's what I don't quite understand. What was she right about Ramses for? What has he done? Because he doesn't like the service? He's not American. She was very distasteful, mad she can't keep a man. I don't like neither of them. Not neither of them. She may have been drunk. Y'all thought she was drunk? That Aries came out of her real quick during that convo. Marissa is a swinger. Is she? To be that old and use the term raw dogging is wild. There's an age limit on saying raw dogging? Okay. I didn't know that. I did, because aren't they just in their like late 20s? I'm concerned that condom sex doesn't feel good to him. That's a cop out. I feel like that's, and I don't know how it feels for a man, but that seems like a cop out. For you to say condom sex is not enjoyable, like that's a cop out. That means you just out slanging it for every woman raw. That is disgusting. I hope they got tested. He put those two braids in his head. Y'all think he put them in, or y'all think that he's been growing it for a while? I wonder how long it is now at the reunion. Ramses, why can't he get fixed for a while? Birth control. I don't think it's as easy or safe for a man to get a vasectomy just to not have children for a couple years, or for a woman to get her tubes tied for a couple of years. Wear a condom. Wear a condom. That's all you have to do. But to go get a vasectomy because you don't want to have kids for 5 years to get it reversed, I don't think that's a good idea either. I'm happy Ramsey not a pushover. He puts it down. He's not a pushover by any. He's definitely not a pushover by any means. I bet Ramses will benefit from those military benefit loans for a home. He seems like he would be too proud to take it though. I feel like he wouldn't want to take it. He seems like because he is so anti that he wouldn't want to do it. I know it's reversible, but I think it's irresponsible to go get one, to get a whole vasectomy just because you don't want to have kids for a couple of years when you can just go buy some condoms to put the condoms on. Just because you heard us undoable doesn't mean it's undoable. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. I guess go watch it then, Mason. I don't know what to tell you. College football's been on all day, ma'am, sir. I think Marissa was a bunker bunny when she was in the military. Oh no, is that a thing? A lot of men say it doesn't feel good, but to say it's not good at all. Yeah, I've never heard somebody say that it's not enjoyable at all. That's crazy. I've never heard a man say it's not enjoyable at all. Some men would say it doesn't feel as good. Yes, we've all heard that before. But to say it's not good or enjoyable at all is crazy. It's crazy. Most young adults have condom sex. What is the he don't. He don't. Whenever the braids come from, they need to go back. Y'all don't like his braids? They don't grew on me. I'm used to them now. I don't think they should be there, but I mean, they cool. I'm okay with him. He can wear a condom. That's just lazy. Facts. Those are his emotional support bracelets. See, okay. His emotional support bracelets. You know what a bunker bunny is. You can read between the lines of a bunker bunny. That is crazy. Bunker bunny homegirl was messing with a lot of her battle buddies. I don't know. I have no idea. Ramsey's been using the wrong kind of condoms. He don't use them at all. Do I think she would have been better with Bowden? Yes. And I only think yes because a huge part of her is being in the service. A huge part of her is being in the service, right? To the point where she has even thought about joining their reserves. She says she's not going to. I don't think that I don't think that I don't think that it's completely out of her system. I don't. I think that I think Marissa could change her mind and decide that she wants to go into the reserves. And if that is not something that Ramses is okay with, and he even said if she does, then he wants to get a divorce, they're not compatible. They're just not compatible. Are they locks? I don't be that close to the TV to tell. Are they locks or are they braids? They look like two braids to me. Are they locks? Think pieces on someone's alleged ethnic isn't weird to y'all. Where did that come from? What think pieces are there? Think pieces about who? Does the name Rams does this mean Rams is raw dogging strangers? He might be. If he's having one night stands, I guess. Maybe he's not. Maybe he only has sex when he is like committed to somebody. We don't know that. Not to put that on him. I think she's going to end up at some point going back to the service too. She keeps saying how it's a huge part of her. She grew up as a military brat, I believe. Then she was in the service. So I don't know. But I think she might have been more compatible with Bowden. Some joined the military for college to get out of poverty. He was fine with it when she said she was thinking of going back. That's when he had a problem. Right. And I mean, I think he's well within his rights to feel that way. If he does not want to be married to somebody that is in the service, he is well within his rights to feel that way. But if that is the case, then y'all need to end it now. Because she doesn't seem 1,000% sure that she would not go back. Think piece. It's not a think piece to make a basic conclusion from the facts that he has shared in the way he looks. Oh, that's what they're talking about? Well, Bowden is Venezuelan. I mean, Ramses is Venezuelan. There's no confusion about that. He said that though. Are they? I have no idea what they. If they're locks, they're locks. I thought they were braids. My issues with Ramses is he sort of contradicts himself in stating that he's always on the side of the downtrodden, but will date a Trump supporter. His ethics seem to be missing a few things, but he can get it. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting too. I think that's interesting that he would say that because that kind of contradicts because a lot of Trump supporters are very in support of the military and of the service, right? They call themselves like the ultimate patriots and they hugely support the troops. So I don't see how that would work out either. So I don't know. He can identify as whatever he wants, but the point is, being Venezuelan and black are not mutually exclusive. Y'all must be talking about something else in the chat. Yes, she heard what Cancer Leo Leo. And remember how geeked she was? She was like, "This is perfect. This is perfect." Yeah. Yes. I just wish Marissa and Ramsey spoke about military stuff and intercourse. Absolutely. The service, religion, and intercourse protection should have all been conversations in the past, because then they would have found out that they are not compatible. He said he would allow his kids. Well, I mean, you can't do anything about that. If he has a son that's 18 and he wants to go to the service and he signs on the dot, like, you can't not do it. Like, he has no choice but to allow. The medical field has come a long way with vasectomies and their reversals. I still, like I said, I think it's irresponsible to do it just for a couple of years. Just wear a condom. Just wear a condom. He's also Guyanese. The flags are in his Instagram, and he has an Indian last name. Oh, y'all trying to figure out what he is? He said he's from Venezuela. Astrology can mess you up. You think so? How so? Some people do take it too serious, for sure. Some people take it way too serious. I will say that. He said he. Oh, he just. Oh yeah, because I got comments. There were people mad at me about what I said in my recap about it. Ah well. Oh well. Okay. He never said he would date a Trump supporter. He said that he would be open to Marissa having friends that are. He said they were. He thinks some of them were good people. People are well within their rights to complain. I don't think that you have to have been born in America to complain about it. I don't know about astrology for anyone else. I speak for myself. Okay. All right, y'all. And then finally, Tyler and Ashley. I feel like we already know the story, right? There's nothing more to really say about it. A lot of it was spoiled before it was spoiled on the show. So there's not a whole lot more to say. Um Ashley is letting this man play in her face. I feel like if he's telling her that he is just a sperm donor, when these are really his kids and he's like in their lives and he's been in their lives and he's listed on the birth certificate, this is just something that Ashley has to figure out for herself, right? If she is choosing to believe him, and what I don't like is that those kids are plastered all over the internet. That I don't think is right. The number of people that are reposting these kids, that are putting these kids into different YouTube videos, that are posting these kids everywhere is crazy. I don't think that's okay to do. I don't think that's okay to do. Tyler has played in her face. I don't know how Ashley could have found that out. Like, I've seen a lot of people saying that Ashley should have known better. How? How? when they're in the pods, and I'm sure at some point she asked him, "Do you have kids?" And he said, "No." You have no choice but to take his word for it because they don't have phones in there. So she can't quit Google them. She can't quit go to his Instagram. But what I don't like is the number of people saying that Netflix makes black women look bad. No, Tyler is making himself look bad. Tyler is making himself look bad. Netflix isn't doing anything. I don't like that people I don't like that people are like skipping over Tyler's part in this. Some people are like, "Oh, Tyler lied," but it's Netflix. Netflix did this. I just don't think that's cool to do. I don't think that is cool to do personally. Now, Tyler did an interview. I think it was with Pay Your Weight. I think it was her interview. And Tyler is saying that it never came up on the questionnaire whether or not he had kids. I don't believe that to be true or not. I'm sure that Netflix does ask, "Do you have kids or not?" I'm sure they absolutely do. He also said that he didn't have like the right time to actually say and tell her that he had these sperm baby kids. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say about them. Like I said, everything has been spoiled already. We've talked about it at nausea. I'll just read you guys' comments. He wanted to make sure that she was in too deep so that he could drop the bomb. I believe that. The fact that he lied to her, he needs to go and take care of his family. I thought Tyler had something to hide. He was smiling too much. Yes, until episode 9. Marissa says she's ready for that baby. Ramsey says nah. I'm certain it's on the questionnaire. You can't tell me that they are not saying on the questionnaire, "Do you have kids or not?" Maybe they ask if you have kids you pay for. Not kids you pay for. Someone who applied, I'm sure it's a question. I'm sure it's a question. For anybody to even believe him when he said that that's not on the questionnaire is crazy. That is definitely on the questionnaire. Tyler ruined Ashley's experience. That man had me fooled too. She could have met someone else. She could have. I don't even think she talked to anybody else in there though. He could have told her, "Fun fact, I donated my sperm to LGBT friends." Right. That's literally all he had to say. "I was a sperm donor to some friends of mine. I wanted to help them out. I'm in their kids' lives as an uncle or something." But he also told her that he's not in the kids' lives whatsoever. And that was why she asked for the documentation that says that he has no responsibility when, he has all these pictures, tons of pictures with these kids. Yeah, and then he was like, I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens the rest of the season with them. Cause I don't know, something, I don't know. I have no idea. They made it very clear last season that Jessica had a child. There have been a couple. Ramses has kids. He has said it. There have been a couple of show, a couple of seasons where people make it very, very clear that they have kids, and it's not like the end of the world. So I don't know why he, I don't know, stresses me out. No, he wasn't. He laid down the old fashioned way and had he laid down the old fashioned way and produced them kids. All right, y'all. We've been on here forever. We've had a blast. Do you guys have anything else to say about any of the couples? Not a spoiler. I thought Ramsey had a kid from his marriage. Or is that not him? I could have swore Ramsey said he has a kid from his marriage. But y'all, do me a favor. If you have, yes, I will be recapping Married at First Sight. I'm going to do a video on the couples tomorrow so we can get back in the swing of things. No, I will not be. Nope. So if you guys haven't already, thumbs up the video. Shout out to we got up to like 750 of you guys in here. So if you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. I am like 200 subscribers away from 28,000. So subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. If you haven't watched the first 9 videos, make sure you guys go watch those. I'll be doing Married at First Sight season 18, which is in Chicago. That starts Tuesday, so make sure you guys come back for that. Real Housewives of Potomac, that is going to be tomorrow. What else? Tia Mowry Show, Love and Marriage Detroit, and then I'm gonna try to start doing more like hot topic stuff again. I'll be busy, y'all know I work. So, but we had a blast tonight. Thank you to everybody that joined, like the video. All right, catch you guys. I'll catch y'all Wednesday for something. Peace.